Wacky Wednesday.
It's Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
Unfiltered, the real deal. No pre-planning, no chingaderas. Straight up from the bill.
Wacky Wednesday.
B-Town's very own.
It's Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
Here's your host, Bumper Gomez.
There it is. Bam! Where's your cool shirt, dude?
I got one, see?
So we're just going to turn yours down.
Yeah, it's off.
And then you can go to share if you want on your page.
Right now?
Yeah. Hit share.
Okay.
And you're good.
Blaine, where's
You're
your-
good. Welcome, everybody. If you guys can hear me and, let me know. Send me a thumbs up, something. Oh, there you are. There you go. I'm starting to get some feedback. We'll get a little bit of some people get on. I'm using this new program. Hey, you like the bottom? Read that. You probably can't even read that. Blaine.
TY, my friend.
Huh? Live from where?
Oh, Rancho.
Where?
Oh man, what is everybody wants to call right now? Is it still live? Check it. Make sure to get that. Sounding good. Okay, cool.
Yeah, see, mine ain't
All
coming
right,
up.
everybody can hear us.
See, you ain't coming up in mine.
Did it in? Let me see.
Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
Oh, it's live. No ending. Yeah. Cool. So turn it down because they're not gonna be able to hear us. There's an echo. But you look at that so we can see the comments that I can't read. So there are people already want hats. So again, guys, forgive me. I'm still starting to get to know this stuff. I came over here in a rush. We're doing a lot of things at my house right now. My house is looks like a construction zone. We're building a office / studio for Wacky Wednesday. It's gonna be nice, isn't it? But as you guys can see on the bottom there, man, I'm live. I'm literally up there in the top 3 or 4 most beautiful homes I've ever been in, for sure. Definitely out here in the country in New Braunfels, Texas. I've been wanting to talk to you two for a long time. It's been what? I hit you up like in June, like late June, and everybody was busy through July. But again, for all of the viewers, welcome to another episode of Wacky Wednesday. I didn't even put the episode number, to be honest with you, because I was in a rush and I didn't even know what number it was. So I think it's like 17 or 18 or something. Welcome to all the viewers. For you too, if you don't watch all the time, we have viewers from all over the world. We got guys that tune in from Okinawa. Some of my buddies that retired. They tune in every week, so it's like Wacky Thursday for them, not Wacky Wednesday. Australia, we got a couple of people from Australia that watch every week. But first of all, I want to thank you guys for opening up your beautiful home to me. Those of you that see the animals behind me, do not get scared. They're not real. If you have kids watching, you know what I mean. They're not real, but. You've taken all of them out?
Yeah, I've taken them all out.
So if I got any animal lovers, I'm sorry. This is just one episode. It's Wacky Wednesday.
I love
anything.
animals too.
He loves animals too. Yeah.
No.
But it's still going, right?
Yes.
Boom. Let me see if these match real quick. Yeah, cool. So I started Wacky Wednesday because I don't know if you saw some of the first episodes.
Yes,
Billy.
the
Yes.
long body drinking one.
Where he has, and I was getting like hammered, and then I started talking to Maria, and then it just got more serious. I had people that actually hit me up like, "Yo, I want to go back to the drinking game," right? But back then we only had maybe 25, 30, 40 viewers tops. You know what I mean? So I'd say, give me 5 viewers and we'll take a shot. Right now, if we did it now, hombre, we'd be hammered in no time. Yeah, I'm here in New Braunfels. It's a beautiful. If you guys have never been out here, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. Driving out here was very peaceful. Like I could get used to driving. But the only thing is, dude,
House
like
for sale next to us.
I know, but if you forget something from HEB,
It's only 5 miles down the road.
Well, it didn't feel like 5 miles. For me, that's far, bro. For me, that's far. It's like you forget something for HEB. I remember, like, you know, growing up, if you forgot something from HEB, the kids that live in the rancho, like, you're not
Well,
gonna
they're
go.
walking.
Yeah, you're not gonna go until the next day. Like, you forgot something, you just make do with what you got. But for my viewers, man, to my right, I'm gonna take a guess, maybe your left, I don't know, is Lilly Scott. I've known him for a long time. To my left, your right, Blaine Scott. You went and changed? Or you had it
Like
on?
that? No, I
That was
changed it.
quick, dude. Wow, cool. And I've known both of them, maybe not as personal, but I knew them and we knew each other in California.
A long
Yes.
time, yeah.
Our kids are Camp Pendleton. We lived in the same neighborhood. When I say neighborhood, I mean literally like the same little housing neighborhood.
Blocks, essentially.
Blocks, exactly, like blocks away. And our kids grew up there. I loved it there. You're from there, right?
Yeah, Orange County, California.
So Lily, yeah, let's go with that. So kind of tell the viewers where you're from and things like that as I go turn on the light that we turned off.
Absolutely. Born and raised in Santa Ana, California. My parents reside in Rancho Santa Margarita, California, and went to high school, graduated, and met my Marine late 1990. What time did we meet?
Late 99.
There you go. Married 2001, and the Marine Corps took me for a spin.
It took you for a spin.
Took me for a spin.
Best spin she ever had.
Let me guess. I'm gonna take a wild guess. You're from Rancho Santa Margarita. He's a jarhead. Cook's Corner.
Cook's Corner. Yes. Cook's Corner.
Yeah.
Gets that right.
Funny, dude.
Blaine, what's your story, man? Where are you from?
I grew up in Iowa. Farm boy from Iowa. Joined the Marine Corps right out of high school, and that's all she wrote.
Cool.
Good times.
Well, the reason I reached out to you guys was one because I think people need to hear your beautiful daughter's story. They need to hear you guys as parents, what you go through every day. And that's kind of why I've been hashtagging. I don't know if you saw some of his resiliency, being bullied, stuff like that. I think, and I put, hey, if you have kids and you have older kids who can understand the content, I'm gonna throw this out there. We're both on the show, so there might be a few words that I don't know if your kids cuss or not, or hear cuss words, but I'll try not to. But no, if you do have kids in the house, sit down and have them listen to a story, not just a story, but their life. Because these two people sitting to my left and my right, even after everything that we're going to talk about, have just found a way to get up every day and put smile on people's faces. And I truly mean that. Not like go around, like if you know Blaine and you got your hair did, you probably don't want to be around Blaine. Because, my daughters have known him since they were little girls. And they knew already, like, if Master Sergeant Scott's around, you better not have your hair done because it's probably gonna get messy. So and you want to say who you work for? Is that cool? Or?
Yeah, I work for the Semper Fi Fund nonprofit. We assist wounded, ill, and injured service members post 9/11, and I've been doing that case management work since 2013.
2013. Man, Semper Fi Fund. There's some good people. They if you for those viewers out there that are just tuning in or you're gonna watch it later on, I've had phone calls before like, hey man, I want to give to our company is looking to give some money to a nonprofit. Look up Semper Fi Fund. Look up America's Fund.
Semper Fi and America's Fund.
Yeah, are they two separate things or the same thing?
Different. Well, they're same, but
Same.
different. Just depends on the brand.
So if you want something to, if you guys are work for a company, you guys are looking to donate money, that is a great cause, a great organization. They've done many things for my family, and I know they've done many things for y'all's family. I wanna go. I don't want to like hit this because we got 2 hours to kill, right? And I don't want to just like go start at 100 miles an hour. I want to get the viewers a feel of family life before anything happened, before the tragedy that happened in your family. But the thing is that wasn't their first tragedy. You know what I mean? What we posted on Facebook, that wasn't the first thing that has hit this family hard, and something that they found a way to get through it, right?
Correct. Correct.
Blaine, are you okay to talk about what happened to you? I mean, you can
no
hit me in the
problem,
knee and tell me.
You'd be lucky if I hit you in the knee.
Oh shoot!
But no, 2006 in Iraq, got hit with an IED, and then I was in LAV. Got hit with an IED. I had 40% body. My body was burned. Compound fracture of the left leg, broken ribs, punctured lung, lacerated liver. And that happened August 20th, 2006. So I think it's coming up. My little, they call it a live day, I guess you want to call it.
Your live day.
But no, August 20th and August 22nd, I was sitting in SAMC, San Antonio Military Medical Center, in ICU. And a day later, I don't remember much, but I guess a day later, my wife, who was 7 months pregnant at the time, 6 months pregnant at the time, showed up. And she just thought she's just going to be there for a couple days. And
a couple days turned into what?
Yeah.
A couple days turned into a year and a half.
Yeah, almost 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, Blaine, I remember, and to give you a little background on me and Blaine, we both ended up retiring from the same exact place. We worked side by side each other. We were the same rank. We worked for the Marine Corps Wounded Warriors here out of San Antonio, and I remember we, like, once a day, if not 3 or 4 times a week, we'd walk over and see our injured Marines at the hospital, and I'd walk over with this guy, and I remember the first time walking in there with you, you knew like almost all the nurses by like first name basis, and I didn't fathom why until like he was burned. He was here for a long time. So they became part of your family, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, they become part of your family. You know, I spent a year and a half there, then I returned back to Camp Pendleton. I never thought I'd see this place again till I get a call from my monitor say, "Hey, you got to pick a place: Walter Reed, San Antonio, or Hawaii. Which one do you want?" I was like, "Neither, none," because I knew exactly what I was going to do. And he's like, "You better pick one. I'm going to pick one for you." And I picked San Antonio. And 3 years later, after I left there, I was back at it. And a lot of those people were still there. I was there when I was there.
That's you know, like I said, going through the hospital and just you know, seeing not the tragedies. I don't want to call it tragedy, but seeing the Marines recuperate, especially you know, burn Marines. It's a process, man. It's a process.
Years, man.
You know, you was there for a year. You know, life goes on every day. You know, I mean, he's getting treated, but you have to sit there and take. You already had both kids?
No, my son wasn't even born. She was 6 months pregnant when I got injured.
Blaine.
My son.
Isabella was
goodness.
3 years.
Dude, so you were Mexican, mad all the time.
Tell me about
pregnant 6 months in a hospital room, and if you've never been into the burn unit, it ain't no air conditioned unit, brother. It's 80. What is it, like 80 degrees?
At least it's hot.
It's like 80 or 85 degrees, like 100% humidity.
Yeah.
Like if you work in a burn unit, like that place it's really hot in there.
Yeah.
So, you know, we worked side by side for 3 years, man. He did he was there when I got promoted. He was there when I retired. So was Lily. And our kids, our kids grew up in a sense together there at the we call the annex. And so you did, how many years did you end up doing total?
22.
22 years in the Marine Corps. That's a long time. That's a very long time.
I think a little bit more than you.
I want to thank you for your service.
Thank you for your
service.
service.
Thank you for your service, sir. I appreciate that. Lily, so where were you when you get the call?
I was asleep. I was asleep at my mom's house. Didn't feel, we were stationed in 29 Palms, and the long deployment. So my mom was only about 2.5 hours away from 29 Palms, and I went home that weekend. And I'll never forget, 8:30 Sunday morning, August 20th, I get the call that he was injured. Didn't know the severity, didn't know how bad, didn't know if there's fatalities, didn't know anything. Just to pack my bags.
That's it.
Pack my bags. And next thing you know, I had an itinerary. My sister Rosie agreed to join me, and took me a while. I was flown to Chicago, and overnight stay due to weather, which was a pain in the butt when you don't have any overnight clothes.
Right.
So Blaine did get to SAMC before I did. He was already checked in, which they told me it was a
But they were trying to get you there before he
right.
got
They
there.
were trying to get me before.
Because we busted our butt doing that, like
Right.
trying to get families. Like there's a process. Like people just don't go off what you see in movies. There is a complete process to get family members connected with their wounded, ill, or injured. So you show up to San Antonio. You ever been here before?
I had never been to Texas. That was my
And it was
first.
August.
And it was hot. And
Straight from Orange County to South Texas in August. Woo!
We'll tell them what you said after you got off the plane there, man.
Stop.
Yeah.
I
What did
thought
you
I'm
say?
like, turn off the heater. They're like, welcome to Texas, lady. Ooh, it was hot. It was really hot.
So you get here, and on the way to San Antonio, were people calling you saying, "Hey, this is the status of your husband," or was it still unknown until you show up to the hospital?
The OIC was wonderful. He knew I was in a panic. I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't leave Chicago. It was a severe storm.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept me notified as much as he could. Once I landed in San Antonio, he was again giving me an update. If you ever had a unfortunate burnt loved one, it takes a while. To get them ready and to admit them. And he wasn't the only one that had been in a tragedy of a ID with burns. There was possibly about maybe 13 service members who also were coming in from Afghanistan and Iraq. So it took a while until I was able to see Blaine and, of course, the Marines from, at that time, it was called the PAT team.
Yeah.
Wonderful
It
Marines.
just started, right? They hadn't been around too long.
Yeah.
They didn't have the systems that we have set up in place. So, and you don't have to answer, but I'm sure I like to ask what people are like. People are like, man, if I was there, I would ask her this, right? That's what I'm thinking the whole time. So when you got to first walk in the room, I'm sure he was passed out, didn't know you were there. What was your first thought? Your first initial, like, you walked in the room, you hadn't seen your husband in how long since he left Camp Pendleton?
7 months.
So it was already the end of the deployment.
Yeah, I only had like 2 weeks ago.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Yeah, good
oh man. So 7 months, you walk in there, your husband's laying there. What's your thought?
How is he still alive?
Because that initial burn, I mean, if you look at Blaine, he's a handsome son of a gun now. You know what I mean? But I could just, and I'm just being realistic. Like I can imagine being that, early in your burns. Like it didn't look like you look now.
No.
You know what I mean?
A lot of surgery.
A lot of surgeries. And was you were pregnant with Blaney, right?
Right.
That's gotta be crazy.
It's crazy because the room is so hot, and
You're
in order
overwhelmed.
to, in order to go see him, I had to wait a couple hours, and then you gotta gown up, you gotta glove up, you can't show any hair, any skin, so you're not in a hot ICU room. Now you're covered in another layer.
Right.
With the surgical boots, surgical gloves, and it definitely was hot. And if you want to get a drink, you have that gown. Get out, wash up, and go out, step outside and get a drink.
That's that light keeps turning off. I don't know what the heck's wrong with it. Hey, we getting light and dark is because my light is acting up. Freak, I don't know what the heck's wrong with it. Yeah, right. Hey, she's here. She's here. So you guys went through that and you were there for a year. I guess you stayed at the
Fisher House.
The Fisher House.
I went
You guys have never heard the Fisher House. Blaine, you can come in here real quick and just like walk in the back, like walk real slow so people know that you're here. Like just come and
say hi.
Say hi real quick. Oh, you gotta like stand over here, not by the bear. Right here. There you look right there. You can say hi to the world.
This is the Blaney we're talking about.
This is little Blaine. He was in the pancita.
Yes.
Right? But that's it, Blaney. That's it. We're gonna talk. They're blaming the light on me that I'm breaking the camera again. Dang, dude. So you're here in San Antonio, and basically your day is consisted of going there, spending as much time as you can, and still no.
When they're in the ICU burn ward, you can only see them 2 hours in every 6 hour increments. It takes them 6 hours, 4 to 6 hours to do wound care. So loved ones have a 1 or 2 hour.
1 or 2 hours a day, or every 2 days?
2 hours in the morning from 6 to 6:30. The one in the morning is short. They do wound care from 6 to 12 at noon.
Uh-huh.
You can see them sometimes from 12 to 2. You break again, and then from 6 to 8. So you just don't get to walk into the ICU waiting room. And
something that sticks in my head, and I remember just, me and you used to have long conversations there at work. I think one time you told me you had to lay upside down for like this extreme long period of time, and I left walking away from you like I couldn't even fathom or imagine laying down on my back for as long as you told me you were laying down on your face. Did I misinterpreted there? Or?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't recall too much. To be honest with you,
burns on
but I remember I had
buttocks.
burns on my butt and everything. And I had to spend some time on my face.
On your face, right?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
They had me out a lot. I remember just bits and pieces when I was in ICU. I don't remember the whole thing. Man.
You don't remember the? You were in and out. So I keep you. That's my word that I go to. So. No. It's some Marine in us, right?
Yeah.
We're ready to teach a class and start knife handing people.
So shut up.
Yeah. So when you're here, man, and you after a year you start walking and getting around and getting better.
About a year and a half, I was like, man, I want to get out of here. And who was it? Admiral McMullen. Do you remember him? He would think he's a joint chief of staff. Yeah. He comes to the hospital, and I was like, sir, why am I here? They've done everything they can for me, and I'm just sitting right here twiddling my thumbs. I want to get the hell out of here. 3 months later, I was gone.
And Blaine, this is before, because I remember being there with you. Like, there's no snap of the finger in a Marine. Whatever his injuries are, if he's there, he don't just go back to the fleet. When we say fleet, like back to the regular Marine Corps.
90% of the guys don't go back to the
fleet.
They
didn't go back. Yeah. So my thing, when you were there, did you ever think like, man, this is it? Like,
oh yeah.
At that time, how many years did you have in the Marine Corps?
16 maybe.
16 years.
15.
15. So you were knocking 15. At the door,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, 14, 15, if I remember right. I was right. I was a staff sergeant, not quite good.
And you're like, man, they're going to medically discharge me, and that's it?
Yep. But the Marine Corps has a thing called, you know what it is, what was it? Permanent Limited Duty or something like
PBE?
that. I forgot now.
Dude, I'm an acronym soup right now. I don't even want to.
So, but yeah, if you're combat wounded, the Marine Corps let you stay in. And I was very fortunate to be able to stay in the Marines.
Check this out. I can do that too. Check out that comment. We need to go hunt with him, bro.
Let's go.
Hey, Eloy, you really think this guy got these things here in South Texas, bro? These things are like from all over the world. I'm not even exaggerating, man. I'm not even exaggerating. So, and like I said, we're getting to where I want to get to. You know, that's just that alone is tragic. You know, it's a lot of weight. I mean, I know you're going through it physically, mentally.
Yeah.
But man, for being a wife, first for just being a wife of a Marine, first. And then to throw that on top of that, and then being pregnant, you know, like.
And Isabella broke her arm.
Yeah, she broke her arm.
The day we brought Blaney home from the hospital. She was just so a mess.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, so I had a 3-year-old in a cast, a newborn, C-section, a husband in a wheelchair. We sent family home. My family was there to
I would like to see that at Walmart. You carrying Isabella with a cast, pushing this fool in a wheelchair. People saying, God damn.
But we did try it. We did try it once.
Yeah, we did
we did try it at the Walmart.
Oh my goodness.
We ended up going home. It wasn't a good scene.
So you were here, and did San Antonio ever grow on you, or you were like, Blaine, as soon as we can get back to Cali, we're going back to Cali. You can be real. I mean, you're a Texan.
It was a goal. It was our goal for Blaine to recover the best he can, and it was always the best. It was what we thought we were going to retire in California, close to my family.
Not me.
And the Marine Corps has different plans. So, but yes, it was.
I was not going to retire in California.
Did you think about retiring in Iowa?
No.
I asked you, but I looked over here because I knew an answer.
No.
Like me and Maria, we're the opposite. Like when we talk about retirement, it's like, well, I'm thinking about retiring in Florida, and she's like, hell no. She's like, I want to retire in Texas. I'm like, hell no. So we were like both, she's from
It's kind of
Florida.
like how we
Texas.
were. Yeah, it's kind
I
of
said,
how
well,
we were.
hell, let's pick South Carolina. And it didn't work out. We came to San
we picked
Antonio,
Texas,
and we're
so,
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did, Key. You did meet him. You're a legend, dude.
No.
You're a legend when it comes to. You're gonna say no, but in my eyes, you were a great mentor to me. You're a great peer, and most people who walked through your shoes, Blaine, are gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? You were what you consider unlucky. You know what I mean? You got hit and
Lucky you won.
yeah, and lucky at the same time. I mean, you're still here, living your life. You have a beautiful wife. You have a beautiful family. So you had a fight to get back to the Marine Corps, huh?
Not too hard, to be honest with you, because like I said, the Marine Corps had an order where if you're combat wounded, they'd find a job for you in the Marines.
So what was that job?
I was at division schools, stuck in the S3 shop there at division schools.
In operations.
Yeah. So I even went to Afghanistan one time to Camp Leather.
Yeah, you were like the Camp Gunny, right? Or the
Worst
camp.
job ever, man.
That's like being the mayor. His job in Afghanistan was like being the mayor, the city manager. Shoot, I don't know, like services, like everything,
I don't
right?
even recommend an 03 to ever do that again.
What do you mean the shitters can't get unclogged?
I'll get his man.
What do you mean that's not your job? Just do it.
That's crazy. So Lily, when Blaine told you like, hey, well, I'm going back to the fleet, and do you remember the conversation about him going back to Afghanistan?
Yes, clearly.
Knowing already what he had been through, he's gonna come and tell the woman who's been by his side, who's been through everything that y'all been through, and then you're gonna come and tell her, hey, I'm gonna volunteer to go to Afghanistan again.
I clearly told Blaine if he deployed to Afghanistan again after injury, after what we just went through, I would divorce him.
She's still here, can you tell?
Yeah.
She's still here.
I really believe that.
It didn't work.
Oh man. So you went to Afghanistan, you came back.
Yeah.
You deployed again though, right?
No, just
That was your last deployment.
One, man.
You've been through a lot, bro. You've been through a lot, and you guys have found a way to keep going. So then life brings you here to San Antonio for good with the Gomez's. Well, you first, then the Gomez's came. And the annex was so when we applied to the annex, that's where the Marine, like when Marines come and families come, and they're being rehabilitated here in San Antonio. If you're in the Marine Corps, everything revolves around that annex. And me and Blaine here, we're the senior enlisted people there, trying to run some sort of program. It was kind of in shambles when we got there a little bit. kind of put the Marine Corps back in it.
It was a rodeo.
It definitely was a rodeo.
It was the best place I could have been by the time I left there, though.
I got to see your kids grow up, and both of them, Isabella and Blaney, they were the age where, like kids there's an age where kids, like you can really see them, like change drastically, like in a few years. It's not like, oh, they're 15, they kind of like 16 to 17, they kind of look the same.
Right.
But
Your kid's the same way.
Yeah, Jackie's still the same height though.
She's still.
Yeah, we drop her off. We drop her off next week at Texas State.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, we drop her off.
Like yesterday, she's in middle school.
Yeah, so no, she's gonna get dropped off at Texas State. Jasmine says hi, Blaine and Lily. She misses you.
Hello, Jasmine.
So we were there as a family, and we did a lot of family things. I remember Jackie going. You took Jackie with you to what was it called?
Semper Fi Fun Kids Camp.
Semper Fi Fun Kids Camp. She had a blast, except for the phone calls I got. I mean, my daughter was a straight A student, never got in trouble. She goes out to this camp, and Lily's calling me like, "Yo, where did you grab this little girl from?" Like, what do you mean? She's like, she's cussing up a storm. This time, she was just trying to act bigger than what she was.
It was hard for me, but I got the paperwork. I'm like, oh, I'll call Daddy.
What'd you say? Are you sure this is the same girl?
I'm like, did you just say that, Jackie?
And she got to spend time with you. My son was graduating from the Marine,
Right.
and he's about to get out in 2 weeks. So that's how long it's been.
How many years you got in there?
He's a little over 4. He extended to go on this last deployment. So
Good for him.
the sniper is coming home.
Good.
Coming home. So you're there at the annex now station. You start thinking you're gonna call the San Antonio area home, or it's still kind of up in the air.
No, we decided. Yeah, we decided clearly that this is it. The kids were, kind of in a stable condition with our first, what we're gonna call it, our civilian home lifestyle. We had purchased a home, and we definitely made wonderful friends right away. Kids got involved with sports and activities. Schools were wonderful. The people were great. So it was an easy decision.
And no field ops, no, he's home every day.
He was home, which is still weird.
Yeah,
Still weird that
dude.
he's home.
Hey, I went through a rough time
ready
being at the
for
annex.
you.
After 8 or 9 months, yo, is there a deployment coming up? And we gotta roll. But so we're here. We work as a family, helping like I said, the wounded, ill, and injured, and their spouses or their family members. We got really close to a bunch of families, man.
I still talk to a lot.
I remember the Bordonis.
Yeah.
Was one family where Corporal Bordoni was there for 5-6 months.
Yeah, something like that.
Like 5 or 6 months, and his family was there every single day. Like I can still picture his dad right now, and he would come in there and talk with his accent, that northeastern accent. I used to love to hear him talk.
His mom too. Carol.
Yeah, her too. Yeah, they were feisty.
Yes,
they
they
were
were.
So you guys considered New Braunfels as your home, right? Right away. That's where you got a place.
Been here since the day we got stationed here. Yeah.
San Antonio was out of the question, huh?
Yeah, too big.
Well, I gotta give props to, is it Gunny 4? Gunny 4, thank you for introducing me to
New Braunfels.
New Braunfels.
That's
Yes,
right.
it was his
When
wife.
we was injured. Yeah, when we got injured, we'd come up here every now and then. Then when Lily found out I was coming back, she's like, "We're living in New Braunfels, nowhere else. Live in New Braunfels."
You like schnitzel or what?
I just love the community. I
Schnitzel.
didn't even know it was a German
She likes
town.
Oktoberfest more than anything.
So
And then the sausage she likes.
you come. We said that was a kid-friendly show.
Oh my gosh.
How do you deal with this guy?
Typical Marines.
I remember, you guys were in New Braunfels, and we'd have barbecues there. You'd come to your house. It wasn't this house. It was more in town. But one thing that I do remember how fast, and maybe it was because y'all were here for a slight time before, but I remember how you guys just graphed to Texas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the whole, for all my viewers that are out of the state of Texas, if you've never been here, this is a different, when people say Texas is another country, it really is. Like everything that we are is about Texas.
Yeah.
Like this is the only place you'll find people wearing their own state belt buckles. I mean,
got one.
Like you don't see a guy wearing the state of New York belt buckle. Like it's,
You don't see no Maryland tattoo.
yeah, you know what I mean? But that was something that I remember clearly. Like you guys really grasped to Texas, and then you, being the avid hunter,
Yeah,
you're in heaven.
I was right home. Still,
You went and got a lease. You were hunting all the time, and Like every weekend, you're like, let's go hunting. Let's go. Bro, I'm not going to go sit in the blind with a grown ass man.
I'll sit you in one by yourself.
Well, but that's just, I don't
You'll be
know, man.
scared.
I go like once a year. I go
Bigfoot come
with
get
my old
you.
boss. I go once a year. That was enough for me. Yeah, so I remember, you Grafton, and I used to give you a hard time about, like Whataburger, In and Out. Which one's better?
Oh, In and Out. In and Out. I know.
Dude,
I
I'm gonna
know.
send you to Austin.
I know.
You wanna stay in Texas?
I In and Out.
What about you, Blaine?
I love it, my In and Out.
Whatever.
Whataburger?
Yeah.
All day.
All
You never
day,
had the
Whataburger.
honey chicken butter
Oh, yes,
biscuit?
I have.
How about the jalapeno
Oh, no.
cheddar
I
biscuit?
like the patty melt with
Yeah.
bacon and then jalapenos on
Ooh, dude, I'm not gonna sleep after eating that. But I remember that about you. So you guys getting ready for retirement. My wife mentioned a little bit earlier. Like I think the addicts really set us up for retirement.
it. Yes.
Like
yes,
other
it is.
than any other Marine Corps, we bought our
agree with
homes.
that. Yep.
Our kids were already doing what they were gonna do. So the only people that transitioned out when we got out were
You and me.
that's it. The
And
families
wasn't
were
that bad when I
kept
did.
going. And I couldn't thank the Marine Corps enough for that. Like
Yeah.
all the years that I did it, at least they gave me that opportunity to bring my family here. You put your kids in school where in New Braunfels ISD?
The Broncos. Comal
No,
County.
Comal ISD.
Comal
Yep. Yep.
And what do you guys think? Like when you first put I'm gonna borrow your phone. What's the first thing that you thought? When you first put them there. I mean, did you like the school,
Yeah, we
the
liked school.
environment?
Teachers were very personal there and stuff. I
Oh,
thought.
we love the teachers.
Yeah.
The teachers were great. The structure, newer school as well as the community the subdivision we chose. It was wonderful. It was an easy, transition.
Because I remember your neighbors. Your neighbors are like my neighbors. Like all y'all's neighbors, like hung out at your house or you hung out at them. Like
No, dude.
We just had to open a garage door.
I was like, time to go to bed. Let me show the garage.
It was like
Everybody's still in the
what's
driveway.
the cartoon? The Texas cartoon, Hank Hill. And then everybody just hanging out by the trash can. They hang out by the trash cans.
Snap Pendleton did the
Yeah,
same thing.
I remember. Yeah, I remember. Being at your house in New Braunfels and you just having a very loving community. And the reason I bring up school is because I'm going. We're going to really where I think a lot of people want to hear, and I'm sure it's going to come more from you, but I definitely want to hear your feelings. What grade? What was Isabella's first grade that she started New Braunfels ISD?
Third.
Was it third grade?
Third
yeah,
grade.
it was third grade. Yeah, that's right.
And she adjusted good. Like
Very well.
Yeah,
Military
she-
kids are very resilient.
Yeah,
Military
she did
kids
good.
are very resilient. She just, it was.
something I want to say before I forget because this is Wacky Wednesday, man. And if you ever watch any of my shows, I'm all over the place. I saw Isabella, and I'm not telling you this because you're here on my show and we're live. Tomorrow you'll be in front of thousands of people that'll watch this. She was for being a little girl, she was powerful. She was independent.
Yeah.
And she loved you. She's I know that she loved you, right? But when she comes to the annex, that was daddy's girl.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You and her, I saw a connection that was just, it's undescribable. It really is something undescribable. And I think that connection was you taking her hunting all the time with you. And I think that's where I get where I see her as somebody that was so powerful because at the age of 10, how old was she when she shot her first deer?
Oh, she shot her first buck at about 10.
10 years old? So yeah, I was
She shot a couple does.
growing up here, there's some country girls, and I know they grew up. That's part of their life, right? But here's a girl who got took from Southern California. Literally, we lived in a beach community, right? Chanclas and a hoodie and cargo shorts, and you put them right here, right smack dab in the middle of South Texas, mesquite, brush country. And she becomes an avid hunter.
Yep. She used to hunt by herself.
Like you leave her in the blind by herself?
Yeah. She's out there at the 11, 12
At
years old.
nighttime.
and shit.
And I remember you coming like on a Monday and be like, "Yeah, dude, she took out a buck or she took out." I would sit in my office and be like, "She really killed an animal that's probably 10 times bigger than her."
She killed a hog one time that weighed over 400 pounds.
You see that?
Yeah, from 30 yards from her.
And she was confident. She was comfortable with the firearm, right?
She's really good at it.
Pistol too, or did you ever show her the
She
pistol?
used to shoot by 45.
People that watch my record, y'all know I'm not an avid gun guy. Blaine, on the other hand,
Should be.
You see,
Goddamn right.
Blaine, on the other
Everybody
hand,
needs an AR, dude.
I'm running over here. If something happens, I'm running to New Braunfels. I'm hiding out in the closet here because I know I'll be safe.
If you need a gun, let me know. All right? I got you, brother. Got your back.
So that's what I mean. Like she was such a. I mean, you don't think that. I think of a 10-year-old little girl playing with dolls, like sitting there brushing her hair. You know what I mean, or ready for her girlfriends to come over. But at the same time, she was like that. She
was that too. Yep.
She had her friends that were always around,
Yep.
and here's the other part. And I think a lot of people here in South Texas will grasp to this. She was a freaking all-star softball player.
Yep.
She was an all-star softball player, and let me tell you, not because of this dude,
No.
right? Because most people think, well, you know, usually athletes come from the dad side. No. She was an avid and awesome softball player because of Miss Lilly here. And Miss Lilly's still involved with softball. And I mean, you took the New Braunfels girls all the way to the state tournament, right?
Right.
No. It was past the state tournament.
Past the state? Oh, you went to
Yeah,
Louisiana,
She
right?
went to Louisiana last year with the Little League. She was like one game short of jumping to the World Series.
But these are girls that would have been younger than me,
They were
right?
Isabella's friends. They're Isabella's softball sisters.
They were.
They were Isabella's. I've been coaching.
So she would have been with them.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
I want the viewers to like take that in, like think about that. And we haven't got to just think about that yet. I guess we haven't got to that part. But we're speaking on Isabella. I'm speaking on Isabella. Like that's what I thought of her. Every time I saw her, the look she had in her eyes was always so like. If you talked to her, she would talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
But she wasn't gonna just come up and just like carry a conversation with you. You know what I mean? Maybe with her friends at school, maybe she like, but with us, to be honest, I don't remember her being that way. But I want you to keep that picture in your mind. You know what I mean? I had a whole bunch more. I don't know why they didn't save on here. You know, I just put up a little. What was that? Her last Halloween?
Mm-hmm.
That was her last Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful little girl. So she goes to school in New Braunfels, and had she ever had issues before? And both of y'all, if I get to somewhere where like, hey, we can't talk about that, or I don't want to talk about that, hey, just say nah. No, cool. I'll move on to something else. Okay. So she got here in third grade. Did she ever have any issues like in third grade, fourth grade?
No.
Yes.
Did she?
Yes.
Yeah, a little.
It started with she was epileptic. We didn't know that she had epilepsy.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't understand why her eyes were rolling back. We thought it was just a bad habit she had picked up. Well, kids are honest. And, she would come home saying, so-and-so teased me. And as parents, you want to teach your kids to be strong, to have thick skin, not to let it get to them so easily. And that same boy started in with her at third grade. So it started in her third grade.
So this where we're gonna get to. We're talking about the same individual.
Correct.
And she says that with confidence. So if you guys are gonna hit me up later about like, hey, she didn't want to talk. Look, she's saying with confidence, and I'm just going off of what she's saying. Just want to throw that out there. And did you as parents, like my thing is, if Isabella came to you and said, hey Dad, this is going on at school, I'm picturing Blaine that I knew from work, Blaine that I knew, you know, speaking to my kids. How was that conversation? Do you remember? Like the first time that Lily said, "Hey,
It was
Blaine, you
mostly
need to talk to
Lily
her."
coming to me and telling me that. I think she's more.
I was more involved with the
More
kids, you know,
involved
as a
and,
Marine wife, military wife.
She
We take care of the problems at home while our military loved ones go out and protect our country.
Yeah,
So
Lily
we
would tell
leave,
me
we
what's
leave,
going
you know,
on,
we're the ones who, you know, take care of the bills, the grocery, the children, the running around, the errands, you know, as a military spouse, we're the ones who carry that.
Yeah.
So the last thing, you know, I would talk to Blaine about it, but we thought, and I thought I was taking care of it.
And when you say, like, okay, but you were taking care of it at school, but like the conversation, what I'm asking, or what I was asking Blaine was, do you remember a conversation with her where you were saying, Amy, look, people are gonna be dumb, they're gonna be
Oh,
stupid.
yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
that was a
Yeah.
constant.
Absolutely.
we always had talks like that.
I mean,
Man.
she didn't come up to us every single day.
Yeah,
It
said,
wasn't
hey,
every
there's gonna be mean
single
people
week.
out there. You just gotta shrug them off and keep going.
Right.
Or I'd tell her, hit them in the mouth, dude. That'll get their attention.
Quit.
She wouldn't do it, but
and I'm going back to my childhood when I think, and again, this goes back to where I was explaining about how I felt about Isabella and her presence. Such a powerful little, you know, such a powerful person and such a small, you know, and such a young body. That somebody who could sit in a blind and take another. It sounds bad. Take an animal's life, right, for a good cause. You know, they're going to eat it. And to know the power of a weapon and know what she could do with the weapon and having all that emotion, all that feeling, you would think that in a way that would kind of be like, dude, you're not gonna bother me, bro. You know what I can do? You know what I do? Like, I'm a hunter. Like, I play softball, and I'm kind of going back to the girls I grew up with that played softball. They were really they were mean. Most of them were mean. You know what I mean? They were tough.
I know Isabel. She was probably like that to a point. But you can only take so much abuse. You can only take so much people being mean to you, things like that. And I think sometimes me and Lily, we didn't realize how bad it was. You know, I mean, we sit down, we talk with her, we go to school, we talk to the student,
Keep talking.
teachers,
I'm gonna turn up the
like
mic a little
that.
bit.
But it's just you only take so much, you know, and I think that's what happened to Isabel. You know, we just didn't realize how bad it was until it was too late for us. You know.
You know, the kids that teased her didn't know about her lifestyle of softball, her lifestyle of, you know, being an avid little hunter. They didn't know that style because they didn't want to get to know her. They didn't want to get to know her. I think this is why she became such an easy target, because we taught Isabella not to hit back, not to fight back.
Not to talk.
You know, we told her, don't give in to them, because we were afraid of the retaliation and
Yeah,
of coming
definitely.
back. We're like, Isabella, you're better than that. You know, we love you. You have great softball sisters. But her softball sisters did not go to her school. Her softball sisters were all in another district or other schools or other grades.
And before we get to that exact day, if I remember correctly, I remember you guys going to the school the summer before that school year even had started.
I had gone to the school multiple times. The only thing I did wrong was walking into the schools face to face. When I thought that was what I should do as a parent, is walk into the schools. That was my biggest mistake, because all the trail, all the record was disappeared.
Yeah, they did.
That's why I'm here to advocate to parents to trail by email. That's it, to trail by email. All of my documentations of checking in were gone. Sitting with the assistant principals were gone.
Because it's face to face.
There was no
Face.
document.
There's no way to track it electronically.
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
so that's why we always advise parents to make sure you email the superintendent, you email the principal, you email the assistant principal.
But what about the check-in to the school?
It was, you tell me.
And these are like the things you see in movies, like, you know what I mean? You know, so I assume what you're getting at is, I assume that you went to the school like, hey, this happened, and you guys didn't do shit about it.
Isabella was teased so bad in 7th grade by a girl tripping her in athletics that Isabella got up and she punched the girl in the stomach. Who got in trouble? Isabella. And then again, Isabella gets in trouble, but there's no record of that. No record of the investigation, nothing, there's no record. But Isabella got called by the principal. But there's no record when the time came for an investigation.
When I heard punch, this came to my head. And forgive me that it came to my head, and because we haven't mentioned it. Isabella was not only an avid hunter, she was not only a all-star softball player, she was also a young Marine.
Yeah.
If you don't know what a young Marine is, look it up. They're all over the United States. There's
One in San Antonio.
there's a huge one in San Antonio. She was part of the one in San Antonio.
Yes.
Yeah, she for years, right?
Yes.
She was even a drill instructor at one of the boot camps.
Yeah.
So she was a drill instructor at a young Marine boot camp. So picture that. I want you to absorb and realize that here's this little girl who can get in another peer's face the same age and let them know that they're slimy, nasty, grimy, you know, I'm not gonna keep going, but I'm sure she let them know that, hey, they weren't ready to be a young Marine, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it boggles my mind. That's where what you're saying is like, for me, it's really hard to, for me, I can imagine how it is for y'all. You know, you're trying to raise your kids right. You're telling them, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. And at the end, it backfired on you.
Right.
Is that how you see it?
Right. It did. It did. And, you know, one of the comments should have been documented in her student file. I trusted that the school was going to document it in the student's file. I documented it. I mean, it's what you assume, what you think, but you don't ever think that you have to reassure it.
They even said one time, "Oh, that's what boys do when they like a little bit."
Oh yeah, one of the principals in a
said
certain
that.
grade said, you know, when boys tease girls and push them, that's because they have crush on girls. I said, this man next to me has never hit me and put his hands on me. That's not what we teach our daughter. But that's what happens when a little boy likes a little girl.
Wow, that is unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. So this happened at the end of what would have been her 6th grade year, right?
Yeah, she was in 8th grade.
She was in 8th grade when she.
Okay, so this is the end of her 7th grade year. Summer happens.
Had a great summer.
Can we talk about that day?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's another San Honor Fray. Harper, you remember Harper? I don't know if you remember Harper. If you see him, you probably know. So what I wrote earlier, and I'm sure a lot of people are watching, because this is the meat and potatoes that we want to talk about. We want our kids to know. We're gonna get to the day. We're here. We're here at that part of the show where I know. I mean, I can feel it already. I can feel my emotions just running through me right now. I think the only thing keeping me from crying is being next to this knucklehead right here. You want to go through that day, kind of?
It was a.
Well, I can start.
Thank you.
Day started just like normal. You know, I got her up out of bed, got Blaine off to school, then I went and I dropped Isabella off. All the whole way there, we're talking about, hey, we're gonna go down to the Whitney Museum, look at the archaeologist thing they got down there, and we're gonna go when I get back. I was going on it wasn't really a hunting trip, but it was a place where I was skinning up animals for the needy and the poor and stuff like that, down in South Texas. So I would have been down there for a couple days. This was on Tuesday, and I told her, well, when I get back on Thursday, Friday, me and you are going down to the Whitney Museum, check out this new exhibit they got. We were pretty excited. So I gave her a kiss and said I love you, and she jumped out of the car and she went on inside. And I drove on down to South Texas that day. I did my thing, and that evening I said, hey babe, how you doing? She's like, fine. And I was like, all right, I'm just thinking about you, love you, and I'll give you a call later. You know, I didn't have very good service down there. And
How many miles is that away from?
Oh, it was down in by Port Mansfield.
Okay.
Okay, about 4.5 hours from here, 5 hours from here, and about 7:30 at night, I get a phone call say, "Hey, you need to get home right now. Something bad just happened at your house. You know, it's your daughter." So I jump in the truck and I start heading back to South Texas, and the whole way I'm there, I'm talking to one of my friends, a police officer here in town, good friend of ours. And he's like, "Yeah, it ain't looking good, blah, 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 blah." And about halfway home, he called and told me, "Hey, man, she didn't make it." You know,
So you're on the road.
I was on the road.
You're on the road by
about
yourself.
halfway. No, I had a friend with me. At least he was with me.
Yeah, somebody with
He
you.
was driving.
He was driving.
He wouldn't let me drive. And then, from then on, I was like, "Man, Lily must be tore up. I got to get back here for my wife and my son, and got to get up there for those guys. What's going on?" And he went straight to the hospital, and I went in there, saw my daughter. You know, she's already passed and stuff. And Lily, she was having a really rough time right now. They actually had to give her some medication to calm her down and stuff. And she actually spent the night in the hospital that night. And about midday the next day, we actually went home. You know, I went home, cleaned up everything for everybody, and things like that. And then I took her home. Then my son was staying in a friend's house, and I had to go break the news to him that my daughter passed away. That his sister did. You know, and from then on, we just, you know, it was pretty rough from then on out, you know. So Lily's family flew in. I couldn't have done it without Lily's family coming in town, helping me out. Because Lily, I mean, obviously, a mother's love is nothing like a father's love, you know. And she was the one that found Isabella, and she's the one that, you know, did CPR on her and all that crazy stuff. And you know, I mean, I can only imagine how that would have been, you know, walking in, seeing what she saw, you know. And you know, it tears me up every day that my wife, you know, that happened to her, you know. So, but you know, so we, you know, family came in. We had, you know, I pretty much planned the whole funeral. Lily wasn't really. I'd ask Lily, "What do you want?" She's like, whatever.
She didn't care.
She was just kind of numb, dude. You know, and she, not like she didn't care. She just didn't. She was just numb. You know, and planned it all. And when it's all over and said and done, she's buried about 4 miles down the road here. Just real close. We can go down there anytime we want to, and you know, see her at her grave and stuff like that. You know?
So I as a father, getting that news, even if I wasn't driving, I could just you can't fathom, you can't fathom something like that, and I could only imagine what was going through your head. I mean, do you remember anything? Do you remember anything of that?
I remember that day perfectly. Isabella had texted me around lunchtime and asked me to pick her up from school because nobody wanted to eat lunch with her. And, you know, again, I thought, Isabella, we're just, you know, the year's just starting. Maybe
Yeah, it was the first week of school stuff.
Mm-hmm. Because I would do that in the past when she would call me. I would take her lunch and eat lunch with her. But I thought, you know, eventually, you know, she'd already been in counseling for bullying. She had already been diagnosed with a little depression, diagnosed already with epilepsy, because, you know, the epilepsy does not have anything to do with the bullying, but the depression did. And I thought, Izzy, you're gonna have to make a little bit of an effort to try to meet new friends. Let's leave the friends that didn't work out. You know, you're a pretty tough kid. You're smart, you're kind, you're friendly. Let's try to get you to make new friends. And as a parent, that's my guilt that I carry above all. She stayed in school, and from that day, the incident was that the same bully from 3rd grade, there was a class project, and unfortunately that kid was in Isabella's group. And Isabella wanted to do, the project this way. He wanted to do it this way. And there was some bickering going on with Isabella and this kid. And Isabella at this point now was she's had it. Isabella had it. And Isabella was retaliating with words. And he retaliated with words.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, if you come back to school tomorrow, you're going to get it even worse. And there was witnesses who had heard that. You could see in the school camera her kind of going back and doing from what I have not seen the video, but
I've seen it several times.
you want to say, since you've seen it?
You can see in the camera where she comes out of the room, turn around, and she actually hits the guy. Then one of her friends comes over and grabs her, and they walk on down the highway. Then he comes in behind her and walks on. So you can totally tell that she was totally upset in the camera and stuff.
And that was her last period. So when I picked her up, she was in tears. You can tell she was just waiting to get in the truck and just release the tears. And I asked her what was happening, and I'll never forget her pulling her skin from here. It was so red. And she told me the name of the kid. He won't leave me alone. He said if I come back to school tomorrow, it'll be worse. Over and over, Mommy, over and over. So I saw the 3 principals, and I said, let me get off the car and go talk to them. And she said, they don't listen, Mom. They're not going to do anything about it, Mom. They're just going to say that I'm a baby, Mom. Because sometimes they would say, hey, you're always in here. You're always complaining as well. Stop complaining. And this is from administrators. So Isabella even knew that she was being failed. And she didn't want me to get off the car to talk to the principals. So I took her to McDonald's. We were laughing, giggling. We went home. She had her meal. Blaine had football practice. And I didn't want to go to football practice. But she was like, Mom, I'm okay, Mom. I'm fine. Take Blaine to practice. So I stuck around for a little bit longer.
Yeah, it was common for us to leave her at home.
It was very common for us to leave her alone, and
We didn't think nothing about
Maybe
it.
give her some time to unwind and kind
she
of.
was fine. She was fine, and I went upstairs. I'm like, hey, you want to go with us? No, Mom, just go. Love you, Mom. I love you. And those are the last words. Around 7:45, 8 o'clock, I found her unresponsive.
So you were gone just a few
Not even 2 hours. But the bully the next day at school was kind of chanting, ding dong, the witch is dead. Happy, smiling, no remorse.
I can't even. I can't even imagine as a parent hearing a comment like that. Because you love your children so much, you'll do anything for your children. And to know that, somebody would, after and knowing what happened, they would have enough nerve to say that, man. I'd probably be in prison, to be honest with you.
Well, you got to think of your children.
Yeah, you gotta think of the other children.
Yeah.
You gotta
You
think of
can't
your
act
wife.
upon that.
You gotta think about that.
I'm not going to
Trust
give them
me.
the satisfaction.
Trust me, man. I mean, I was furious. Lily's furious, but I had a 9-year-old boy I had to worry about, and my wife who was going through grief at the time, who I got to worry about. You got to think of that. You can't think about what you're feeling inside. You gotta look outward instead of inward. I know how many times you've heard that.
Yeah.
So that's what you got to do.
I mean, the days after, going over there to your house, the next day, those of you that have lost somebody close like that, you can't imagine. I can imagine that there was some points in time you're like, man, I just want to be left alone, and you have all these people around, and it's kind of hard. You're just trying to be the right thing, but
I just get in my truck and drive somewhere. I had my opportunities to do that. When I knew she was taken care of, and I'd say, hey, I'm gonna go drive around a little bit, and that's what I did, just myself.
that was the
a
way
few
you
times,
to get away with it.
Yeah. Our house was full of people, so.
which we definitely appreciate.
Yeah,
to
yeah, we
this day.
appreciate. We had a lot of support.
We had
Oh,
a lot of
yeah.
Thank God. So,
How was Blaney?
You know, he's gonna learn from how we deal with it. We don't want anger because we don't want him growing up with anger. It's hard. You know, he's still quite not ready to talk about it. We've tried counseling. We tried one-on-one,
yeah,
but
he'll talk to you a little bit about it.
mhm.
But he talks a little bit more now than what he did in the past.
Than what he used to?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't say anything in the past. Now he'll talk to you a little bit about it
a
now.
little bit. He was
But
with
you
me
know,
on that.
he's a little beast though.
Yeah.
You know, he is. So
Yeah.
There's a picture right there, the young Marine right there with little Blaney. And the reason I asked that is I think because a lot of that's like when you go straight to the parents, nobody ever asks a question like, hey, what about the siblings? How they deal with it? You know what I mean? He's young. He was young.
he was young,
Yeah,
and I think that really helped him out too because he was young. You know, so
And he had someone, you know, our friends from Texas that became family. They showered him with love, and they still do. But again, it's hard. You know, we don't want him to be angry. Let us carry that anger inside of us.
Let him be who he's gonna be.
We want him to
Yeah.
live a good life. We want him to know who his sister is, who she was, what she did. Now I might have to say, big sister was a little tougher than,
sometimes I think you.
you know.
I can tell you some
Isabella was a
stories.
little. We still
I mean,
talk
I
about
walked in and he was ringing his butt right when I was walking through the door. I was like, yes! Typical
about
Marine household.
2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah.
I failed his room inspection today and stuff. So. And his
Yeah,
bathroom
please call us.
stuff.
Tomorrow's field day. It's Thursday tomorrow.
Yeah, well, he's told to clean the morning cleanup when he failed it.
You know, I remember you during the services. You were still trying to be Blaine. I could see it. Like I remember talking to my wife, and telling her like, I couldn't imagine the pain you were hiding, because you were. I mean, literally, it's your daughter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you were still, everybody that came in, you're like, hey, come here. You're still messing up people's hair and still being Blaine. You're still being who you were. Lily, from the outside looking in, I mean, you were a typical mom. You were distraught. Like I could just tell you were just.
Yeah,
People were there, but you were in your zone. You were. Nobody was gonna break your.
Yeah, it was kind of. Yeah.
And the outpouring of support that came from all over was just amazing. It was just amazing to see, you know, your hunting family, the Annex family, your family from California. Like, you come from a family of all sisters, right? All girls. They were all here. Like, and I went over there one day and I was like, whoa, there's a lot of people here. And you, after the funeral, after the services, after the phone calls, and I'm sure they didn't just like go away completely, but they do slow down.
Absolutely.
No,
And you are told by counselors after the funeral, it'll be quiet.
yeah, it was.
And it was.
We still had people checking on us coming over. We heck, the
No, we had a
town
train
people
out.
freaking. We had a freezer full of food. People just bringing food over.
Every day we had.
We didn't
you
cook
know,
a meal for a long time because people just like, here, we don't want you to worry about nothing.
We had a meal
Yeah.
train, and we definitely appreciate it. You know,
Yeah, we
we're
do.
never left alone.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, to make it a short story, here's a family, and I'm going to say a family because it takes a family, who had given their life to serving this country. Their dad, their husband, goes through an undescribable pain, undescribable rehabilitation to get back to just being a dad and being normal. And then on top of that, this happens. For me as a human being, that's a lot. like literally, I mean, you guys in a it's not a short span, but it is for a lifetime. It's a little short span of a full life. You know, in a small short span of life, you Lily, like you're a strong woman. You're a strong woman, and I'm sure he tells you all the time. Um, I see it, you know, at different events. Like you're always in charge, and I commend you for that. I commend you for finding a reason to get up every day.
It's hard, to be honest with you, man.
Every day, every
You know
morning.
me, how often I had she get mad at me because I drag her butt out of the bed. No, you're not doing this today. Get your butt up and get dressed, fix yourself up, and let's go do something. And you know, I fought many mornings with her like that. You know, she was my rock when I got hurt, and I tried to be her rock after all this done. And
That's kind of what I wanted to
kind
get
of
at.
had to
Like,
push each other. We did. We pushed each other, and we still do nowadays. We still get in that funk every now and then, but we kick each other in the butt. And hey, come on now, let's not do this today.
you know how many times I've read where, and I think it happens more with smaller families, like, you know, not so many kids. If they lose a child, the marriage just dissolves.
Oh yeah, that happens all
Like
all the time.
I see that. I see movies. I've read that so many times. But that's kind of where I wanted to get at. You kind of poked out a little bit. Life after losing your daughter, and losing Tornado to bullying, what you see in school, like this wasn't something that was popular at the time. That's another. That's where we're gonna get going here in a minute. This not popular. It wasn't brought
up as much.
Like it was one of those things like, oh, it's just something that happened to school. The school would deal with it. But here in the last 5, 6, 7 years, it's something that's really impacting the schools. I had a principal on Wacky Wednesday like 3 weeks ago, and she kind of touched on it a little bit. It's hard. You know, kids are mean, man.
Kids are mean, especially girls. Girls are worse.
So you said that, you know, you'd have to drag her out of bed and just to go out and do things. I mean,
Same thing with me, man. There'd be days like I sit around here and I was like, "Get off your ass and do this. Plenty of stuff needs to be done around this house. Go," and she'd force me out there and do it, and vice versa. And like I said, we still get in funks like that. You know, not as often as we used to, but there's some days that we just, especially this time of year, you know, it gets really rough for us.
do you feel sometimes you have to put on a cara? Like
Every day.
a face, like
Every day. Every day. It hurts to smile. It hurts to have a good time. It hurts. That's something that we need to show this little guy. That we have to carry on. We have to live. Life goes on, and hope. Hope is my go-to. Every morning that you wake up, the first 2 seconds, you want to wish it's a dream.
Yeah.
like you're just gonna hear her voice, or she's gonna come running in the room and be like, "Hey, mom, I gotta go do this, or I gotta go do that."
Yep.
And then your heart palpitates every morning.
Yep.
And then it's like still in the fog. You're still in the fog.
And it's been how many years?
It'll be 4
4
years,
years, yeah,
August
a month.
30th.
So right around. So this is the anniversary. 4 years. May I be what? 16.
17.
Seventeen.
Yeah, no, she'll be
17,
16. 16, she'll be turned 17 in
She
November.
was a young.
She would have been a senior. in
She
high
would have
school.
been going to a senior as a 16-year-old, like Jackie. She would have been one of those young
Well, 'cause
seniors.
California, you can start
Yeah.
early.
And you know, one thing we did after all this is over and done, we were asked to go in front of Congress, state Congress, and testify in front of those guys, get certain laws passed and stuff like that. You know, we went up there 2 or 3 times and testified in committees and stuff like that. And they actually got a law called David's Law passed.
I remember that. I remember that made the news. I mean, the Davis Law was something big in Texas, right? Texas law.
There
Texas
was
does have a
three
bullying
families that went up there and did that, and we were one of them. And I'd had to prepare a speech and I don't know how long was my speech, 10, 15 minutes,
You
wasn't
went
it?
over the time.
But I went over the time, they just let me speak, man.
You gave a speech?
Yeah, in front of all those cats. Can you believe that?
Why are you laughing, Lily? Because you think it's the same thing I'm
He
thinking,
didn't
right?
cuss. He didn't cuss. He didn't cuss.
He didn't cuss?
I was pretty close a few times. 'Cause you get going up there. You
knife
get,
hand?
it gets emotional. I might a little bit, but it gets emotional up there talking, and your feelings get rolling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I you know, George and Angela, my compadres, they lost a son too, Isaiah. I consider him my little nephew. Different ordeal, but I mean the resiliency they have to show every day just to get up.
If it wasn't for this little guy in here,
Yeah.
who knows where we'd be? We live for him.
My where like I'm kind of stuck is like, how do you find it in your heart to go out onto the diamond, to the softball diamond, and coach the girls that played with your daughter, and still find a way to smile, still find a way to show them, you know, this and that about softball, and do it day in and day out, knowing your daughter should be out there?
The reason I decided to go back to coaching is I needed those girls to see that Coach Lilly was okay. That I was going to be okay. And that's what Isabella would want me to do. I was coaching her since she was 7. I was her coach all those years. That's all I knew. And I'm not going to say it was my healing, but it was my comfort. It was my go-to.
The girls always had a jersey in the dugout that said Isabella on it, number 15. You know, they always, anytime
Every game they have?
Yeah, every time they took a picture, every time that jersey was right there.
You know, we were the Lady Tornadoes. In case anybody doesn't know, Isabella's nickname was Tornado. So we would chant for Tornado at the end of the game, or we'd break for Tornado. But there's a reason why we played. We played in her honor, and perhaps that's why we went so far. We fought for a cause. We fought for her. We played for her.
You're coaching and you're there and that's happening, but you're outside the fence and you hear your daughter's name being chanted, her nickname being chanted. How does that make you feel as a father?
I mean, it hurt, you know, because I used to love watching her play and stuff, you know.
But you don't understand, the softball community.
I did it for my wife, you know, because I know she would love me having me there and things like that.
She was kind of our
I supported her. That's what I did. Yeah, I was kind of the team dad. Helped them out, gave them water, gave them all a hard time, things like that.
Mess up while they're here?
Oh, it was already messed up. It was no fun. It was softball.
I could, and it sounds like you were saying, I couldn't wait to sit down with both of y'all. Really, honestly, like I think this is something that we as parents, if you're watching and you have I don't care if your kid's going to pre-K, we need to start showing our kids respect. We need to start showing them like, hey, this is not okay. You know, if you see this in the movies, it's not okay.
You know, just to put this out there, most of these kids are doing the bullying, have some kind of problem at home. They do. You know, I almost feel sorry for them at the same time because what's going on at home to make them feel like this? You know, this kid came from a broken home. You know, what issues do they got that's making them do what they do at school? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, they might look all nice, clean cut and all that crazy stuff, but behind the scenes, what's going on at home to make them do this stuff? You know, so it takes the parents being involved, not only on the person being bullied, but the person that's doing the bullied too. You know, people's like, "Oh, my kid couldn't do that," but
We heard it
how many times do we hear that?
all the time. Not my kid. Not my kid. Not my kid.
You know, being devil's advocate, I'll say that there probably is some parents out there that are probably surprised
Yep.
No, I agree with you 100%. Like I know that that a lot of this, majority starts at home,
Yep.
gets carried over there, and they're just kind of practicing what they learn or what they see, or maybe they're getting bullied at home, and that's kind of their way
Exactly.
of getting their aggression out on somebody else. But it still doesn't make it right.
Still doesn't make it right. You're right.
Period. Point blank. It still doesn't make it right.
Words hurt. Words hurt.
Yeah.
And in our
Words.
situation, it was words. You know.
I really want the viewers to really take this serious. Don't think it's a joke, man. Really, like we joke about many things as human beings. With social media being social media, we take so many things that's funny, but it's not, man. You know why? Because we don't really worry about it until it's in our doorstep or till it's inside our house. Then, like, how could this happen? How can my son be a bully? Well, you know what I mean? Like, how can...
It's also different when me and you grew up. We didn't have these things. These things had a lot to do with it nowadays. People don't realize that.
It's a great piece of...
It's a great
piece of gear.
Yeah.
Go wrinkle, right? It's a great piece of gear. But it's also the downfall of, I think, of the human contact. Like,
Yes.
it's so easy to text somebody. The days of courtship. Of Blaine actually coming up to you and saying, "Lily, would you like to dance?" or "Could I buy you a drink?"
Right.
or
Communication.
communication. Now it's more like, "Hey, can I get your number?"
Right.
And literally,
Let's FaceTime each other.
yeah. Let me get your number, and then I'm just gonna be brave and text you whatever I want because I couldn't tell you to your face. That's what's happening. If you think about it, going off subject a little bit, but the phones do play a lot of a role. I think they play a great role in the way society is now, and the way we see things. So to the viewers, man, really take this serious. Like, if your kid comes home and say, "Hey, we took this bullying class," like, who gets, like, hey, Pete, they might not be your kid, but let them know that, hey, you know what? If you see this,
There's 3 people who get involved in bullying: the person doing the bullying, the person being the bullying, and the person that's watching it,
The bystander.
the bystander. There's and even if you're seeing it, like you were getting ready to say, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
no, you're good.
If you're seeing that stuff, put a stop to it. Be the better person and walk up there and say, "Hey, dude, come on, let's go eat lunch together." Or, "Hey, dude, call me anytime."
And you know what a lot of it is, and I'm going back to our days of school. It's not too long ago, right? Not too long ago. There was what we call now cliques, right?
Yeah.
Like the jocks, the football players, the cheerleaders.
I grew up in a class of 6. We didn't have that.
There were 6 people in your whole class. So one guy was a jock, one guy was. Everybody was their own clique.
I didn't eat my first Mexican until I went to boot camp.
Easy. Nobody's being real. It's it's Wacky Wednesday. You can see that.
Yes.
It's
I met an Oriental one time. I was like, "Ooh."
This is the
I
Blaine.
can tell you
This is
the
the
road
Blaine
story.
Scott. No, this is the
I'm
Blaine
not
Scott. I'm
prejudiced. I'm
telling
very
you that.
Mexican, all right.
I just really want people to take that from. If you take anything from tonight, just know that, just like Blaine just said, tell your kids, be that person, man. Be that person that I say every week. Reach out your hand. It's not as adults. As adults, I'm telling you, help somebody else who needs help, regardless of what it is. Do it. But it doesn't start when you're 21. It doesn't start when you're 18. It could start when you're 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. Yep. It becomes second nature. Why not? Why not become a society where that's second nature? You know what I mean? Why does it take to be 18 years old and you'd be like, "Oh, my friend's having issues, Mom. Can I?" You know what I mean? It could be before that. Like, hey, you don't have a pencil, man? Here's a pencil. Do I get? No. You go ahead, take it, keep it. Something that simple, like.
Yep. It's just so simple. "Hey, how you doing today?"
If there's any teachers that are watching and would like to comment, I'm pretty sure there's a couple of teachers watching. If you're a teacher and you want to comment, what are some of the things that you see in the classroom that kind of blow your mind on either side? Being reaching out a hand, helping somebody, or being awful and being ugly and mean, if you want to. So
You know, and teachers also, God bless teachers, man. I respect the shit out of them.
oh man,
You know, I would never want their job, and they're kind of stuck in the middle of things sometimes too. Believe it or not,
rock and hard place.
They say, hey, this is what's going to be done, but then the school district is like, hey, no, you stay out of this. Don't be doing this. You're going to tell them this, things like that. You know, it's unbelievable.
They get stuck between their personal
yes
and their
that's what I'm
professional
trying to
life.
say.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know what I mean. You
Yeah.
can't. It's one of those things that you can't. You don't want to step on the left side, because you step on the left side, then the right side is gonna bite. You step on the right side, left side is gonna bite. Kind of one of those deals. So through all this, and you play softball, and right now we're all wearing some pretty cool shirts,
Wearing some pretty cool hats.
some pretty cool caps. The Isabella Foundation. Let's Lily, you wanna talk on that a little bit?
Absolutely. So what we do is we raise awareness for kids in the community to come to us for resources if they need any. We're here to talk to parents who have been in our situation, not quite frankly to the tragedy, but however have reached out to the school, to the district, and they get the same old thing. Nothing we can do. Happen after hours. Call the police. Or the police department saying it happened during school hours. It's a school issue. We're here to advise you how to go to the Davis Legacy Law. There is in Texas a bullying law that is implemented, and parents go to the Davis Legacy Foundation for resources. It is not okay for your child to be bullied. It is not okay for the schools to brush it away to after hours. It's a police department saying it's school hours, so it's a school issue, or it's a cell phone, bullying issue. It's a kid at the school. No, absolutely not. And don't wait. Continue to, and put everything in email, please. Everything must be in email. But just know that there is a law. As for the Isabella Foundation, we raise funds, and most likely the funds do come from Comal County for children to be involved in any type of art therapy, sports, children who want to do more to cover that wound that they have already been in due to depression of being bullied. We do have the funds. We do sponsor children depending on each individual needs. In our bylaws, it's unfortunate we've had assisted 2 funerals that were suicide by bullying, or youth suicide here in Comal County. We do support those parents as well, as we all know that funeral costs are tremendously expensive. But again, our events were canceled for the rest of the year due to COVID, and we have been absolutely blessed in the way that we have communities supporting us. We have Big Papa Smokers here as well, who donated to the Isabella Foundation. New Braunfels School of Rock, who also was a great contributor, we appreciate it. The Tejada family hosting a Pamper Chef party. Thank you so much. And I am missing one. Ibex. Thank you, Ibex.
Yeah,
Ibex in San Antonio. Thank you. And these are the proceeds
Travis
that go.
Writings.
Yes, Travis Writings and Brent. Thank you. These are absolutely what we need to give back to the youth. Insurance matters. If a family doesn't have insurance, we do help with counseling, out-of-pocket expenses. Again, we do keep it in Comal just because of the funding that comes. However, if it's a San Antonio request, I just get with my wonderful, wonderful board members, Yvonne Farias and Melissa New. We get together, we make a decision on how we can help families. We don't want any child to, take care of the matter themselves to where they don't want to speak up because they don't know where to go. We do come out in the community, as hard as it is for Blaine and I to speak to parents. We do get approached that you have been wonderful to speaking about the word suicide. The county never wanted to speak about suicide, or the city or anybody didn't want to say the word suicide. I'm not shamed by saying that word. It's a tragedy that happened to our family. And as a mom and dad, we don't want this to happen to any of your children or any of your loved ones in that matter. There is resources. However, contact the Isabella Foundation and we'll find the proper resource that your child or family needs to go to. But you'll see on our Facebook, the Isabella Foundation on Facebook, we do have the bylaws written on there. On pretty, oh, you don't have
What's that?
the bylaws.
Oh, no, I don't.
No, but if you go to the website or the Isabella Foundation on Facebook.
Isabella Foundation. Look up the Isabella Foundation on Facebook. It'll take you. You'll see the heart with the that we have on our shirts. The heart with the softball threads right there, and you'll know you're at the right place. That's crazy. I asked a teacher, and there is a teacher on here, and I'm gonna read her comment because it's long. So she took the time to write it, so I'm gonna take the time to read it. Unfortunately, the sad reality nowadays, a lot of kids don't have a parental support. Parents just throw their kids on technology at a very young age so they can be left alone and not bothered. Then unfortunately, there are also many kids living in a one-parent home, so parents don't have time to spend that quality time. And we have kids at a very young age, not only caring for themselves, but for their siblings. I think this plays a big part in some kids becoming bullies. Things need to change at home.
Right.
Also, some of those kids are getting bullied too, you know? So
Yes.
it's just both ways.
She's right.
Yeah.
I think I'm glad that through it all, through everything that y'all been through, even you putting on the face, you both have found a way to make something positive out of something negative. Right?
It's a struggle though.
No doubt. I hear them. I can hear them in both y'all's voices. But to hear Lily say, I'm not ashamed to use the word suicide, and hearing you talk about how schools do this and that, I've learned so much as a parent. You know, I'm a parent too, right? You know, I got a couple of kids. Yeah.
10 of them? How many grandkids
You know,
you got now?
so I
50, how many grandkids you got?
yeah, we're getting there. I think a lot of school districts, because of where they are, what they are, and I say it like this, and I mean to do it like this, they try to keep their nose up, and it's a clean school district, right?
They did. I think they did.
I think
Before
so.
David's law.
Yeah, I think
I
so
think
they
they
did.
did. But
Yeah.
now there's consequences.
So before I go on to kind of getting towards the end, before I do that, do you feel the school has been held accountable?
No.
Yeah. But, you know, there's legal terms for that. I just want to say that New Braunfels ISD is wonderful. Been
They
wonderful
actually
to
let
my
us in
son.
there. Isabella Foundation come in and do
Yeah,
some
we've been
stuff.
sponsoring a
Where
couple of
Comal
things.
County would never let us.
Really?
Yeah.
We absolutely love it.
So.
I think every school individually has, you know, it's just hurtful how we feel how we were treated when our daughter passed away. It was very big finger pointing. It was immediate legal. It was immediate terms, and that was hurtful, you know. And I know, and my immediate friend, and even sometimes my Facebook memories come up in 2013, 14, of me posting on there, Isabella's been teased again by a girl. Isabella's been teased by a boy. You know, it's in my Facebook. You know, that's my log, I guess. That's my trail, you know, of how I documented it when it was on Facebook. But to see that we were never told by an apology or sorry by the district is a painful to us. You know, let's put the legal matter to the side and just send your condolences from this district. Her school never, I mean, that's a different story. Blaine Elementary School, Oak Creek Elementary, shout out to you guys. Special teachers at that point, you're the one who handled the situation extremely well. And I'll never forget that about you. And being there for me and my husband, especially our son, I'll never forget those moments for you. And thank you, teachers.
I think a lot of people in the community of New Braunfels and San Antonio, whether y'all want to say it or not, know who y'all are. They've seen you. I mean, I've seen you in commercials, dude. I'm looking right now. I'm looking at. You guys can't see it, but I'm looking at a cover of a Patriot magazine, where Blaine's holding Blaney on the front cover of a magazine. So, that's good. even even if you're putting your face on, and I say that with all corazon sincerity, like, you know what I mean. You're doing it for a great reason.
I'm doing it for no other child to suffer the way our little girl did, and for no other parent to go through the pain that we go through every single day.
I don't wish this upon my worst enemy.
This is where we do what we do to offer any resources that we can, any funding that we can for the families that need the support, and not having the burden to think about a financial issue. We will find that resolution. If it's financing, we will find that resolution. That's the easy part. We want the parents to reach out. We want the child to reach out. And if it's a money issue, put that to the side. We will find a way to make it work for, Zoom, or at this time right now that we are, to find Zoom virtual teleconferences. But we cannot allow the child not to be able to speak up. We need to make the children comfortable enough to speak up. Open door policy for mom and dad. At the end of the day, we were there. We were those parents running around. I was, again, the military wife dealing with cleaning the house, cooking, running the kids around. Husband gets home from work, and taking the time to say, how was your day? Real quick, good. How are the kids? Good. But nowadays, take the time to really sit down with your children and say, are you really okay? And now that we're going back to school, talk to your children. If there's something that's bothering them, or if they see, in this case, somebody bullying one another, or a child who's eating lunch alone, this is the perfect time before school starts to talk to your children about being more engaged and being involved. Especially if your child does not have any of those issues and your child is in a good place. Reach out to the children who are not in a good place.
I'm so glad that we could sit down like this. It means quite a bit to me, but I really and my producer is my wife, and we have these conversations. And sometimes I don't think she thinks that we have conversations, but for me, a conversation, like, ask her a question and she answered me, so that's a conversation. She answered my question. They're good. I think people need to know that even after a tragedy, you can still. It's hard. You heard it right here, live right now on Wacky Wednesday. You can hear the pain in both these parents' voice, but they just find a way. They find a way, whether it's hard to do. Like you said, some days are a lot easier a lot harder than others. I commend you for being that rock for her, the way she was a rock for you during the Marine Corps, and for me to say that to another Marine, like, I know how hard that is. There's just a way. There is a way that we are. It's to say brought up, because we're young when we join, you know what I mean? And we kind of grow up adults. It's the only way we learn our thought process, the way we are. And I say we, I'm talking Marines. And for you to be that person for your wife, to find it in your heart. Because, the Marine Corps steals a lot of hearts. They'll never give them back.
Yeah.
We got to find it. And Blaine, to see you being the rock for your wife, not only for your wife, but your family, says a lot about who you are. Says a lot about your upbringing. And you just being Blaine, bro. You just being Blaine, being that guy. Lily, there's no words I think that anybody can tell you to ever heal the pain, calm your pain. I would tell you that, just to both y'all, know that people look up to y'all. And they look up to y'all in many ways, and I'll say it personally. One, for the resiliency, right? Two, I said it earlier, you see all the people who fall apart after losing a child. But you guys have found somehow, some way to make it work.
You got to make it work. You got to want it to make it work.
I did ask you this earlier, and I kind of want to harp on it before we start heading out. Your family from California, your mom and dad, how huge have they been in your healing process, in a sense?
They're a call away. They're a phone call away, but I'm the mold that they made me. I mean, I look up to their strength. I mean, you think I'm strong, you need to meet my mom.
Mom's hard as woodpecker roots, man.
You know,
Her
my mom.
she'd call her mom. Her mom would be like, get up and go do something. Go cook or go clean. Go
She
do
has no
something.
sympathy for you.
She wants me up on my feet. You know, it's hard.
The other day
when
she's
you're-
giving her a class on how to cook rice on the phone, man. It was pretty funny. How to
know,
cook salsa.
It's hard. It's hard to, you know, when I visit them afterwards, it was hard for us, you know, for my mom to see me in the situation I was, and she wanted me to get up.
And
And
at the same time, her mom would hug her and hold her in her arms and
absolutely, and my
yeah,
dad.
I'm here for you. You know, she's being a mom too,
Yeah.
to Lily and things like that. I see that. Her
And I needed
dad,
that. I needed
things
that.
like that.
I needed that, you know, that hug from her, and you know, my dad was. And the way we do is we watch the Dodgers. You know,
Little Dodger.
yes.
Yeah.
We sit
I remember
there.
they sitting there on the phone and be watching the Dodgers on the thing. And
We go baseball.
They are from California.
hey,
They
turn
are
that
right.
shit down. Don't watch TV in
Damn
here.
Doyers.
Have a good time.
You don't need no sound to watch the
Oh,
game.
they really hate the Astros. Then.
I wonder why. I wonder
Yeah,
why.
she's always talking smack with Astro fans.
You know, and your family, I got to meet your family.
Yeah, you gotta meet my redneck family, dude.
Hey, but it was awesome because I got to see you and all of them. Does that make any sense? Like literally, like
Not that bad, is it?
no, I mean, it's in a good way. In a good way. Like I'm like, ooh, Blaine is. That's the way he is. Look, they're all the same. They act like I can't. Like you meet my family, and you know how loud I am. And then you ever talk to one of my sisters or my mom at a basketball game or football game? You know why we're the loudest people in the stands. You know, but I really think that people should learn from you, from both of you. And know that, like I was saying, like know that if for any reason somebody's looking up to both of you, and as a man, nobody's gonna come say, Blaine, I really look up to you, bro. And you're like, hey man, Bumper looks up to me. I gotta get up and wear this tie today. No, I don't mean it like that.
That'd be gay, dude.
I don't mean it like that. What I mean,
What's that look for, Lily?
It's just being Blaine, dude. You know, and you're being Lily right now. So this is the only way I know y'all right here. Yin and yang.
Yes.
I'm gonna give her some yang after you leave.
How do you do it, Lily? How do you know? You really just need to know that somebody, same thing. You know, a mom, a woman, look up to you. And you guys are faces in the community. Blame you whether he knows it or not, and I'm sure he feels it. You know, we really haven't talked. We did a couple of questions on Blaney, but I'm sure he feels it as the brother. Like, I want to ask him. Like, does he ever feel like, yes, she's my sister, but I'm here to play football today?
Oh yes.
You know what I mean? I'm sure that gets overwhelming for him.
Oh, yeah.
Has he ever expressed any frustration like that? Maybe.
I hope. I don't know. I can't answer that. That's his
No,
question.
I don't know.
You know, we think
He's a pretty quiet kid, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
He
Takes
likes to
after
keep
his
busy. We keep him busy.
I keep busy. We doing polo.
So I walk in today and I'm talking to Blaine. I hadn't talked to him in a while. And this guy looks at me right in my face and is like, hey, picked up polo. And I wanted to say, was it a green or a red one? What color shirt did you buy? No, he's like, no, really, like, I'm playing polo. So for the viewers who don't know, that polo is more than just a brand. And they actually get on a horse.
On a horse, man.
It's
I thought I was
is
a
it
good
ball?
rider. Yeah, the ball's like this big around. like a plastic PVC ball.
Oh.
And it's hard to hit, especially when you're going 30 miles per hour.
Do you have to wear? You have to wear a polo shirt to play polo?
No, you can wear a t-shirt. Well, when you're in the games, yeah, there's certain uniforms.
You got to wear that fancy, because it's a very proper sport, dude.
I know
Don't make fun of that.
Show up with my beer and they're drinking
I
wine.
remember going out to the river, Concan, I think, or no, Frederick's, somewhere out there. There's a huge polo field.
We're off Blanco.
They have another one
1604
out there?
Blanco. Yeah.
So we got about 15 minutes left, but we can start kind of winding it down. From the bottom of my heart to you both, I want to thank you guys for being who you are. Blaine, for you being that guy to my daughters. You know, they always ask about you. They honestly do.
I was the one in the army.
The Ranger.
Yeah, her.
Yeah. She's about to deploy sometime. I don't know.
Her.
You know, we're live on Facebook, so I don't think she wants me to say it. But
Don't cry.
yeah, no,
Don't cry, Dad.
you know what? It's funny you brought that up because I don't get a phone call like, "Hey, Dad, how you doing? What's going on?" It's like, "Hey, Dad, what are you doing next weekend?" And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing in an hour, more or less what I'm doing next weekend. I need you to go to the airport and pick up the dog. I'm like, pick up the dog? What the hell's going on here? She's like, yeah, I'm sending Bentley because I'm working up and she's doing the workup and I'm tired of people. So you asked about grandkids and Mike, but we have grandpups. Yeah, we have to go pick up the dog from the airport. So we'll have another dog in the house. But thank you too for being the people you are. For actually having, I call it like it is because it's Wacky Wednesday, for having the cojones to come on here and share your story with thousands of people, because eventually it will be thousands of people that watch this.
When you first asked us, we're like, I don't know if we're ready for this.
Bumper's
We
crazy.
don't know. Yeah, maybe that's a short version of it. But we weren't sure if we were ready for this, you know. But me and Lily started talking and said, hey, you know, we got to get the word out, you know. And what best way to do it is on Wacky Wednesday with you, you know.
I consider you a family.
Yeah.
That's kind of like speaking on the show. Like every week, it's something different. But I just want the viewers to be like they're sitting here right across the table from us. Like if we were eating and we're talking, you guys are sharing your story. You're sharing your testimony in a sense to where other people can learn from it, which is a great thing. And I think that's what Mija would have wanted.
Absolutely.
You know?
And one thing, Isabella did not fit the suicide, picture here. You know, she never spoke about it. You know, this is an outgoing child. This is a kid with great grades. You know, this is a loving kid. You know, she didn't fit the style. And you know, we want to say is as parents, please don't ever say not my kid, because that was in our situation. We never thought she'd harm herself, and this was her first attempt, and it was a success. So don't ever think that your child will not do something to harm themselves. If they're wearing long sleeve, pull those sleeves up. You know, many times they've had a parent say, I never thought of rolling up the sleeves, and there were the cuts. Same with shorts. If you see a child getting her shorts longer and longer, cutting most likely happens in the arms and the thigh. Don't be.
We've seen kids as young as 9, 10 years old doing cutting.
Yeah, and you definitely have to be more vigilant to your children and go in the rooms, inspect the rooms, look under the bed, look under the mattresses, look in the closets. You know,
That's one thing I do with my
Look in their phones.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
yes, they're fun.
And please don't ever say, not my kid again.
Yeah.
Please don't ever say, I know my kid's passwords. Our daughter changed her passcode that day. And it took us almost 2 years.
2 years.
2 years
before we
until the
made sure
FBI
it
was able to unlock it. So, you know, it hurts us to say sometimes that a parent will say, not my kid. My kid will never do that. My kid knows best. If you only
We
knew
were
the
that
technology.
We were those parents, not my kid.
Yeah.
You know.
Technology has taken these kids where they have a couple passcodes on their phone, one for the parent and one for themselves. One thing that, you know, the detectives did tell me is Snapchat is the worst application that a child can have.
Yep.
And
Because everything disappears.
Everything disappears.
For the parents who don't have, my kids laugh at me. I said, "What'd you put on that Snapchatty thing? What the hell?" They had a Snapchat, whatever, Snapchatty, Batchat, whatever.
I got it. Of course, like that.
You know, I think you guys need to if somebody's to ever ask you again on a bigger spectrum, it'd probably be a lot harder. You know what I mean? I mean, besides a couple of cameras and you know what I mean, inside the comfort of your own home. Don't be scared to do it, man. Because that's who y'all are.
I don't think we're afraid to do it. It's just emotionally a wreck. You know, this will probably take me a couple days to recover. You know, it's opening the wound back open.
Sorry.
And no, that's okay because that's a part of life. This is this is what it is for us. And you know, perhaps it may not be as bad for 2 to 3 days to recover. It might be overnight. You know, I just have to roll with the emotions. But we want to make sure that parents are not trustworthy in their children. Again, I'm going to go back to Snapchat. If we get any phone calls, it is about Snapchat. But please be more vigilant to those social media, technology, especially now with remote learning. They're going to have their hands almost full time on a technical equipment. And again, please parents, don't think that this cannot happen to you. You know, we want to be able to say that this is diminishing, but the suicide rate for the youth is not going down. Most likely it's going up under the age of 15. So we have to do something, and we want to reach out to parents and the children. If you're watching, go to your parents. Don't be afraid. If you're afraid to talk to your parents, go to a teacher, go to a coach. If you have a police resource officer at school, go to him. Go email us, contact us on the Isabella Foundation. We will reach out to you. We want you to reach out and get help. Don't think you matter, you're loved. Do not do this on your own if you can't. But again, reach out to your parents, a teacher, a coach, a resource officer, or the Isabella Foundation. We've had children reach out to us directly, but immediately I do call the parents just because they're minors. And again, little by little, we are feeling that we are getting involved with the community and helping quite a few of youth here, and as well as a parent. But don't ever think that you cannot reach, because there's help everywhere. There's help everywhere within your schools, within your churches, within your doctors. Police departments have a lot of resources as well, but please continue to reach out. And as much as it hurts us and pains us doing this, we do it for a reason. No parent needs to go through this, and no child needs to go through it.
Again, thank you guys for Blaine, you want to come on here? You want to say anything to the world, Blaney? Say something funny, dude.
Hi. So say hi.
Or just come say hi and bye. Do a hi and bye.
It's a mystery right now who Blaney is.
Could be some hot chick out there.
Yeah. So no, stay right here, Blaine, because I want to talk about something. Look at Blaney. He's like my son. It's 110 degrees outside, but they find no reason to wear a sweatshirt. I don't get it. I don't get it. Then they get in the car and say, "God, it's so hot in here. You wear a damn sweatshirt."
Yes. But one more topic.
Go ahead.
If you're out there and you're a viewer and you've had somebody die of suicide, there is beautiful support groups out there that are available and are private. I belong to a very great support group that was closed and very private. So private that the doors were locked once all the suicide survivors were in there. But please continue to have a support group. And I'm very blessed with my husband, my sisters back home. Even though they're miles away, they're always a phone call away. And I could never have done it without my friends who continue to come to us, to invite us, who haven't pushed us away. Because you do need support. You do need support. And just know that there is support groups out there. And if you have a loved one that died by suicide and don't know where to start, reach out again to the Isabella Foundation, reach out to Bumper, and we will find ways. Most likely a suicide survivors group is closed group. Sometimes they are not advertised, but again, I can definitely help find you a support group. in your area.
So, like she said, if you're not friends with Blaine or Lily, you're one of my friends or whatever the case. Hey, if you're just like up a tree, you know what I mean, and you don't know where to turn to, dude, direct message me. If you got my number, text me, hit me up on Facebook. I will turn right around and give you your information to Lily, and we'll get you the help that you need. It's out there. Before I hang up, I kind of want to I'm see if it'll let me. I want to go to this camera here, and I kind of want to just show. Hopefully, I don't unplug or anything. I want y'all to see this right here. This is what I've been looking at the whole dang thing. Like, let me start right here. Just scared. Look, look at this son of a gun. Look at this guy, mad as hell. Look at him watching the show. He ain't moved the whole dang time. He's been sitting there the whole.
Show him the other one over here.
Where's the other one? Oh, this one's laying down.
Looking over Lily's shoulder.
Yeah, look at this guy over here.
Keep going.
Where? More?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to.
Yes.
None of the drive.
No, not that one.
No, not that one. Not that one. We're not gonna.
Chasing me.
We're not gonna.
Attacking me.
Oh, you know what? I don't even think I was showing it. I don't even think it was showing. Hold on, I didn't even go live with it. There it is. Oh, let's go back. My bad. I don't know if you guys get to see it. I was all talking like y'all could see it. But yeah, they're just, people right now catching up. We can't see. Look at this thing. This thing is huge. And there's another one right over here. Poor little Yogi. There he was one day, just looking for a picnic basket.
He was attacking me.
Attacking old Blaine Scott. We've come to the
Marmaduke. That's who that is.
Blaney.
Who?
Marmaduke.
Marmaduke.
You ever watched what's that one show where Marmaduke's on?
Medea.
No, it's a cartoon. Marmaduke.
It must be an Iowa thing.
No, it's not.
It's got to be. Never heard of it.
You know, huh?
Is it a sticker? Yes, I'm one more thing I'm gonna say before I hang up.
You got another one? Let's do it.
Just one more.
No,
sorry.
go for it.
Is it a sticker?
What you got?
No,
Oh,
that's
that.
tattoo.
Hey, can we give out
Price?
a prize or a
The
sticker?
other one. Yeah, we can give out shirts, a hat.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, for those of y'all that stuck around, man, we got quite a bit of viewers on here. This will be the first. This will be the first on Wacky Wednesday. I wanna get what you got there, Blaney.
There you go.
We're gonna give out.
We can give out a mask.
Bring over here.
No, tell me what we can give out, and then I will.
You
Here,
name
you
it.
say it. You say it. One,
We'll give out a shirt and a hat.
a shirt and a
No
hat.
shirt.
Okay.
Well, not
Where's the
with-
shirts
Well,
at?
they're wearing the shirt.
Well, so one of these shirts right here
Don't put it on.
that we. Well, now
No,
you have to wear it every
You
day.
can go
social
back. You can go
distance.
back.
No, we can give away this mask right now that you see this actual mask. You're trying to be serious and you live with this guy right here.
Who wants this
Oh
one?
my god. Wacky Wednesday at its finest.
Like stickers, please.
Oh, you want a sticker?
What's the
Oh,
other one?
He said Marmaduke was the big great name.
I must be thinking something.
The other one.
All right.
The other one. Blaney.
I wanna, so we can give out a hat and a t-shirt, right?
Yes.
So we're gonna give out one of these
What's
shirts
the
here.
Great Dane?
We're gonna give out one of these t-shirts here, and we'll also give out a cap. So how do I?
They PM. How do you give them?
I tell you what, yeah. The first, no, because it's gonna start blowing up right now. I'm not gonna do it. I tell you what.
Well, while you think about it, let me say something. What?
If you're watching right now, we're gonna start right now. For the next 2 minutes, you need to pick a number between 1 and 50.
50?
1 and 50, and Blaine, please don't say it on the microphone. Please give 1 and 50 for the next 2 minutes. If you start putting your numbers in the comments here in the comment section, and we'll let you know if you. And this is for the, what did I say? The hat, the t-shirt. This is for the t-shirt. For the next 2 minutes, pick a number in the comments. Blaney, give me a number between 1 and
Go
50.
write it down. Go write it down.
Well, go write it down so we don't
Yeah.
think that.
Yeah.
Uh,
But in
Somebody-
the meantime, we have softball helmet stickers. If your daughter plays for a softball team, you can reach out for us. And these are decals for the helmets that we started. And it's a pledge. The coach will just say a pledge not to bully, not to be a bystander. And once the softball player states
Between
it
150.
on his
Between.
on her helmet. So if you're interested, again, reach out to the Isabella Foundation, and I can mail the coach, the softball coach, helmet decal stickers.
hey, that's awesome.
That's a great number.
Well, don't show her.
Well, he just put it. Wait a minute, can you see it? Hold on.
No, you're good, dude.
Hold on, yeah, you can't see it. You can't see it. Well, I guess we're just gonna keep going till somebody gets it, dude, because we can't even say close. Nobody has come close. So I said 1 through 50, giving out a
Somebody
T-shirt.
was close.
Well, yeah, somebody was real close.
Somebody was
Real close. Right now we have active 36 users, so we have 14 numbers that are floating around. If 36 people were to put a number on here, so hey, if you already guessed one, keep going. The first one that I see will get the T-shirt. Look at your sister. Like
My
she,
sister.
Like she can't just call you and be like,
know.
hey, give me a T-shirt.
She probably has
That's awesome.
one.
Hey, we got a couple of more things to give away. So if you haven't, what do you call it yet? If you already put one, put another one. I don't care. The first number, first one that comes up, I see it, is gonna get it.
Where's the basket?
Mask right there.
Oh, the mask.
Yeah. No, keep them coming. Keep them coming.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Somebody offered to take your dirty mask.
No. That's put it in your pocket.
It's like buying dirty underwear from
No.
Oh,
Oh, someone got it.
where? Oh, there it is. We got a winner, Miss Brenda Martinez.
Sweet.
You're the winner. She's a teacher. She's the
Oh,
one that gave the
awesome.
comment too. So, Miss Brenda, I will take your T-shirt. I'll have it, and you can hit me up later on tomorrow, and I'll get it for you.
Okay.
Um,
So we have one more, a mask, an unworn mask.
So no cap.
Yeah, we can do the cap.
Okay. So we'll do.
Here,
Go write two more numbers down. All right. So hey, this is cool. I've never done a giveaway, bro. Thank you. This is awesome.
Well, thank you for your support.
Mom, you're late. We already won. Stop the numbers. Stop them right now. We're about to start again.
1 through 50?
Huh?
Yeah.
1 through 40. We'll do 1 through 40, so nobody will go 40 and above. Okay, so for the next 2 minutes, we're giving away the cap right now. Pick a number 1 through
And these
40,
are the caps.
and these are the caps right here. Right here, you guys can check it out. Right, they're nice Richardson hats.
Okay, so we have to have everybody stop though.
Huh?
When you write it down.
Yeah.
'Cause we don't know.
Oh, the number was 32. People,
Yeah, that's right. That's
golly.
32.
I'm gonna show you. They were giving me like, how did you pick them up? Beatrice, I saw that. All right. So for the cap, 1 through 40, start time. It started 30 seconds ago. Go.
These numbers.
So
Do that for the hat.
this one for the hat. Oh, the hat's won. The hat has just been won. Immediately just been won. Let's see who did it. Who wrote it first?
Jennifer.
Jasmine.
Was it Jasmine or was it my Thea?
Jasmine.
They both had the same number.
Jasmine.
Jasmine's just throwing numbers out there. Fool.
Jasmine.
Here's the number. Just so you don't say that's his daughter. She won the
7.
hat. My daughter won the hat. God, like somebody actually wrote.
Okay, let's give it a couple of
Oh my God, we're gonna chill. So Jasmine won the cap. Jasmine, let me wait a pin. So write a cap on this, Jasmine.
cap. Just put caps.
yeah.
CAP.
So clear the board. Who is this funny? Crystal Martinez. She did all the numbers.
All right.
Jasmine, you won the hat. You're lucky because Thea Robin was right behind you with the same number. Last thing we're gonna give away is a mask.
Yes.
And we promise it won't be the one that
Blaine.
that Blaine wore.
Blaine has his.
But
Yeah.
mine's special.
What's that? Yours is special.
Yeah.
So starting, how many? What do we got right now? 1 through 40 again. 1 through 40 starting now. Drum roll. This must be a California delay.
You are a hot mess.
Really, Rosie?
Yeah, I told you.
Really, Rosie?
So the time's already started. 1
Californians
through 40.
always been a little
And this is
slow.
for the mask. This is for the mask. Man, it's good. Right now I'm gonna pay no shipping. Everything I should just get.
You're local.
No, that doesn't count. It's got to be one number. One number. Keep them coming. 1 through 40. 1 through 40. Ooh, man, it'll make my comments go up, dude. Heck yeah. Is it this guy? Freaking Sal. Is it crayon scented?
If you want it to be.
Yeah, we can put some crayons in it. Man, there's some close people right now.
Yeah, there is.
1 through 40, you win the mask. The last thing we're gonna give away today.
Come on.
Oh, there it is. I just saw the winner. Oh my God, dude. People are gonna think this is rigged, right? Here's the number. You can see for yourself. There's the number. My mom. My mom, my daughter, and the teacher won the prize.
Oh, God.
So 26 was the number. There it is, right there.
Well, if we give you 2 items tonight to take home with you.
There you go. So, Mom, you won the mask. I gotta pay for shipping now. Man.
I have
they-
enough.
You going down to see her here soon?
No, I'm trying to stay. I try to stay in my own little
Bubble?
Yeah, my own little bubble. The only time I come out is, you guys can stop. Mom, you already won. She's still putting numbers up. This ain't the máquinas. Stop, Mom.
TJ's at the door. They scared the crap out of me.
Go let him in.
So before I sign off, I want to thank everybody for tuning in for another. It did end up being wacky. It was very serious, very something I think everybody needed to hear, especially with school starting the way it's starting or not. However they're going to school, it's something that needed to be told. Talk to your kids. I'm glad that you guys tune in every Wednesday. Again, my theme is I like talking to people who walk amongst us. Just everyday people who have everyday issues and have everyday problems. And hopefully that whatever we talk about, you can find some kind of, what do you call it to it? You can grasp something from it and roll with it. Thank you guys for tuning in every single week. I want to say this is 17 or 18, but oh my, dude, you got to make an appearance before I. Yeah, no, you're here. You got to come over here real quick, dude. Just 2 minutes.
Yes.
But you can't wear that hat. No, I knew you'd bring him over here. Get over here, dude. 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes, because I love you. Like, he even probably bought a hat for me. Look.
Isabella like Trump.
Hey, but come this way. Hey, so before I hang up, we have another brother that just came into the house.
Come on, dude. Come
And he'll be on Wacky Wednesday soon. Just go this way. This is a what do you call it? It's coming. It's real soon. Come over here, TJ. Can you fit over here?
Oh, thanks. Told you guys, right?
Dude, we thought we were getting out, but this has got pretty wild. Y'all guys, hang in there. I got a special guest. You fit or no?
Go over there, dude.
Dale.
No, I waited outside for
Because
the
for this reason, you didn't want to. Now you have 3 Marines on, and we are gonna call it quits. But my buddy Tejeda's here, and I seen him, and he has to come on. You're gonna if you don't know this guy, me and this guy, we go at it like every other day on Facebook, whatever. But I love him to death because you know why? He's true to what he believes in. He's a patriot, another freaking hero to our great country. And you don't know it yet, but we are doing a Wacky Wednesday. Just me and you, one-on-one. We're gonna talk about everything, Mato. What do you think? You got? Are you got? I mean, there'll be 1,000 people tomorrow or more. Tacos. We can throw tacos in there. Cool. We throw tacos in there. If you haven't checked him out, he's got a little Pampered Chef, little cooking thing that I like to watch. But you only can cook with Pampered Chef. He doesn't. Yeah. He doesn't answer any questions if it has nothing to do with Pampered Chef.
Very true.
So, but
I like it when he drinks champagne out of a.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service, and thanks for coming on real quick. But
I waited till.
I know. But you're coming. You're gonna be on soon. So guys, Good night. I love every single one of y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Wacky Wednesday, episode 17 or 18. Sorry, because I can't remember. I'll be on next Wednesday. Check it out. You'll know Sunday or Monday who's going to be on. Keep being you. Keep doing you. And, you know, just keep being who you are, man. Somebody's looking up to you. Love y'all. Good night.
Good night.